A new study reveals 184 nations owe New York City a whopping $18 million in unpaid parking tickets. And now one leader is drafting legislation to make sure the city gets paid back every single dime. Allison Hans has more now from the east side. Allison.
Jim and Heidi, there is actually a law in the books right now to withhold foreign aid to countries which don't pay their parking tickets. However, that money is not making its way to New York City, and that is exactly what Congressman Anthony Weiner wants to change. The numbers from a new study are pretty stunning. The list of the biggest deadbeats when it comes to paying New York City parking tickets begins with Egypt at close to $2 million, Kuwait at about 1.3, Nigeria owes about $1 million.
We are being good neighbors to these countries, and very often those diplomats that work for these countries are being scofflaws, plain and simple.
In 2001, Congress passed legislation to withhold foreign aid to countries in the amount of their outstanding parking fines. But the money was never passed on to New York City. The current law has allowed the State Department to move the money to other programs rather than paying down the debt in New York.
I'm introducing legislation that will withhold money from these governments for any outstanding aid that we have, and then, and this is important, send that money to New York City.
Countries that don't receive foreign aid from the State Department will not be subject to the Weiner legislation, but nearly 85% of countries that owe New York City parking ticket fees receive aid from the U.S.
When that foreign aid is withheld, we should be passing it on to New York City where it belongs.
Weiner says he plans to introduce the legislation in the next couple of weeks. He hopes that it will be passed sometime this spring. Jim, Heidi?
Thank you.